The Knicks' three-game winning streak came to an end here at the Garden with a 114-102 loss to the Golden State Warriors. Dexter Henry, joined by the great Ian Begley, Knicks beat reporter for SNY. Ian, this was a game where the Knicks looked like they were sort of in control in the first half. Then the third quarter happened, and we know how good of a third-quarter team the Warriors are. So what went wrong for the Knicks in that third quarter?
Well, Tom Thibodeau cited a lack of energy coming out in the second half, which is never something that you want to see from the home team. And then I think it was just defensive assignments, maybe a lack of communication, because you saw Golden State get free from beyond the arc. Not just Steph Curry, but other Warriors get free from beyond the arc. And so you couple that with the idea that Golden State's been a strong third quarter team for much of this season. I think that was part of the recipe there, because Steph Curry started to get going, and he ended up with 20 points in the second half, really putting the Knicks away here.
Yeah, he really did. Finish with 28 points, 9 assists, and 7 boards in this contest. Now, one thing of note for Knicks fans in this game, Mitchell Robinson, he made his home debut, got a very nice ovation from the crowd when he was introduced. Started today because no Karl-Anthony Towns. What do you make of how Mitchell Robinson has looked in his first 3 games this season?
Yeah, look, for somebody who hadn't played since May, I think he's looked pretty good. I mean, it's going to take him, I think, a while to get that defensive timing back to where it was before he got hurt. But the idea that he's out there, he's playing limited minutes, but in those minutes, he doesn't seem like second-guessing anything at all with the injury. He's getting rebounds, he's getting putbacks. Again, not anywhere near where he was before he got hurt, but I think it's an encouraging sign here that he's playing in these games, no setbacks, and he's been active in these games.
Yeah, definitely encouraged, especially for the Knicks on the defensive end. One other player got to talk about here is Mikal Bridges in this one. You look at the numbers, offensive game wasn't bad, but you saw a lot of possessions, Ian, where Stephen Curry was guarding him and Bridges maybe not as aggressive going to the basket, fading away on shots. Is this something the Knicks should be concerned about, especially as we move towards the playoffs with teams putting smaller defenders on him and kind of daring Mikal Bridges to beat them?
Yeah, I think you saw it too with the Hawks when Trae Young was on Bridges. And I don't know if it's the Knicks not finding Bridges in the right spots there to take advantage of what looks like a mismatch, but certainly him not going to the rim is something we've seen all year long. He tends to fade away, pull up for a jump shot, and he's a very good shooter in those situations, but not getting to the free throw line. Yeah, it's something that they've seen all year long, so I would assume they're comfortable with it at this point, because it's not like there's been some major adjustment, but I think they did miss some opportunities there with Curry on Bridges, and Bridges maybe in those moments you get to the basket because the player that you have on you is so much shorter than you.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on for Knicks fans. Knicks fans will be keeping an eye on this. The team is going on a 5-game road trip out west. Ian, so what I'll ask you here is, what are you going to be keeping your eye on with this team? There's some very quality opponents for the Knicks to play out west. What will you be keeping your eyes on with the Knicks as they head out to the West Coast?
Right, well, first of all, with Karl-Anthony Towns, Tom Thibodeau just didn't know if Towns would be there for that Laker game that you're referencing to kick this trip off. So that's one thing to keep an eye on, is his presence. And if he's not there, you're going to lean on Mitchell Robinson. You're going to lean on Precious Achiuwa. But what do you do on a back-to-back? And Mitchell Robinson playing a back-to-back. So keeping an eye on that. And then, just in a bigger picture sense, this team defensively has not been anywhere near the Tom Thibodeau standards all year long. So as you're coming into the final weeks of the regular season, can the group coalesce and can it improve defensively? Because you're going to need to be able to get stops. Obviously, in a playoff series, 7 games against the same opponent, you can't defend the way this team has defended some nights and expect to win a series. So I'm keeping an eye on the defense as well.
All right, keep an eye on the defense. Maybe that can come together on the road. That's something Knicks are hoping. Knicks were on a 3-game winning streak, but that ended tonight here at the Garden, a 114-102 loss to the Warriors. He's Ian Begley. I'm Dexter Henry. We're signing off.